Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Laura and today is Friday, so I'm doing Friday Reads. It's where I share what I'm currently reading and what's up for my coming up week. Okay, so you saw my video about my currently reading. I'm reading 30 something books. So what I did was I picked up my bullet journal. It's a Travels notebook, and I added all those books to one page. Let me just find it here. Here it is. All those books that I mentioned in my video, I wrote them down here. I noted if I owned it, if it was a Kindle book, if it was a library book, it was an audio book. So I am working on completing something here. So that's what my goal is, to at least finish 4 books by next week. I don't know if it's going to happen because I read very slowly and I do read from book to book. Okay, so I started yesterday a new tracker in my notebook, and I am reading 5 books, okay? And I wanted to track how many pages did I read in each book, because I have different spurts throughout my day. Like in the morning I read a half hour, then at lunchtime I read a half hour, then I have an hour gaps here and an hour before dinner. Like I read sporadically all during the day. So I wanted to keep track of how many pages I read. So here is my chart here. And I did Monday, I broke it up Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, you know, the whole week. And this is Thursday, which was yesterday. And here is the 5 books that I'm working on. And I tracked down how many pages I read in each book. As I said, I read sporadically. I jump from book to book. I read like half hour here, half hour there. It depends on what mood I'm in. So yesterday, I started 2 new books because I got called from the library, and I'm going to share with those 2 books that I started and how far I got. I basically just read the first chapter of each book, just to see if I'm really going to continue on or should I just return it back to the library. So the first book that I started to read was the Book of Polly. And this one is by Kathy Heppenstall. This book was recommended to me by a Facebook book club that I belong to. They said that this is a hidden gem and that I should pick it up and see if I like it. It's like contemporary fiction. I did like the first chapter. It's about this little girl. I think her mother is Polly, and she tells the school different things about the mom, like that she has different things, like she lies to the school, and then the principal calls the mom in. It was really interesting. I really enjoyed the first chapter, so I will be continuing on. I read 15 pages of this last night, so that's the first chapter. I really enjoyed it. So moving on, the next book that I read was a new book from the library as well, and this is another hidden gem, but this one's kind of fat. I'm not sure I liked it so much. So the book that I picked up is The Bear Comes Home, and this one I read 13 pages of. I didn't finish the first chapter. I think I read the prologue. This one, I was thinking it was something else. I thought it was like domestic violence when I went to it. I went into it really cold, blind. I had no idea. They just told me, pick this one up, you might like it. But it's a fat chunker. So it starts out where there is this bear, and I can't figure out if it's an actual bear that's talking or a man in a costume that's talking. It has that feel like domestic violence, like the bear is like the bad guy or something, but I'm not sure if it's actually a bear, or I was a little confused reading it. But I'm going to continue on just to see more about it. I really don't know. I don't like reading the synopsis. I really like to go into books blind and just like, oh wow, you know, but they said that this one is a hidden gem, so I picked it up from the library. And I forgot to tell you the author. The author's name is Rafi Zabor. Yeah, so but it's a fat chunker, and I really don't like fat chunkers unless I'm not getting confused. I will read more to see, but I may return this one to the library. I'm not sure yet. Okay, back to my reading read-alongs. I'm still reading Renegades. I was supposed to be done. I'm kind of stuck. It's a YA book. I did read 270 pages. I'm on 270. I have this much more to go. The problem I have with this book is the very beginning was really good, and then she just talks and gives you lots of words, and there's no action, and I like action, so I'm like waiting for the action to happen. It's like pulling teeth. I don't want to DNF it because I did get very far. Yeah, and the book club says, keep reading, keep reading. I'm like, oh God, it's like torture reading this book. But I wish I had the audiobook. I think it would speed me up. I don't have the audiobook. I'm attempting to see if the library has it so I could continue on. I just got to get over this slump. It's like, come on already. Where's the action? So, yeah. So that's this one. And last night I read 16 pages of this. So, still no action. Where's the action? All right. So, that's that one. And I did read more of Redeeming Love. I'm reading this with Elizabeth. I read 8 pages or something, and I read a little bit more. Yeah, I do like this one. This one is historical fiction. It's about a woman who's in a brothel, and this guy keeps coming to her brothel, and he wants to marry her, and it's really interesting. I'm reading, hopefully to read more of this. How far did I get? I read the first part. I'm up to September 8th. I read up to the first part. I'm on page 76. I still need to catch up. I should be at 121 right now, but I have this much more to catch up with the reading. She has it broken down every week you read a certain portion, and I'm a little behind, so I'm going to be picking up this weekend to read more and hopefully catch up to where everybody else is. So that's that. And the last book, no, I have 2 more, I'm sorry. I have my Kindle book. This is my Kindle, and the book that I'm reading on here is Good Luck with That. Now, I have a problem with my Kindle. I hate reading on it. Another problem I have is it doesn't give you page numbers, so I have to do percentage. I have no idea where I am in the book. I started at 49% last night. I ended at 51%. So how many pages is that? I don't know. I have to try to figure that out. I don't know if it's 10 pages every percent. I don't know. I'm going to go on my reading group and see if they know, because that really bugs me. But I'm at 51% of that book, so I'm going to continue reading that as well. And the last book that I can't keep track of, where the heck is it? I just had it here. Oh, it's right here. The last book that I'm listening to is this one. Is the Wind Up Bird Chronicle. Yes. I'm still listening to this. I have no idea how far I am. I did get pretty far, because I listened to the whole week. I don't know exactly where I am in the book. But it continues on. There's still a lot more sex in here. This man talks about sex a lot. And yeah, there's really no plot to it. It's about this guy. In the beginning of the book, he's looking for his cat, and his wife is looking for his cat, and then all of a sudden his wife goes missing, and yeah, we find out what's wrong with the wife, and he's daydreaming about sex all the time. It's like really strange book. I'm gonna continue on because I do want to get this off my 50/50 list. Yeah, so I'm gonna continue listening to this. So that's it for today. Unless I show you this. I picked this up again. Now, this is I started my currently reading list in August. And I was jotting down how many pages I was reading, and I didn't get very far. I got up to August 15th, and then I just stopped. And like every dot was when I finished a book. And I wrote here failure because I didn't finish the whole page. And I said, if you change the way you think of things, the things you look at change. So I put a quote on the bottom just to fill up the page. I did an index page in this Traveler's Notebook thing. And then I added this page, which I still had to fill in. This is a genre reading log for 2018. I'm going to go back. I did read 52 books already. I'm going to go back and fill this in to see how many books I read of each genre. I read a variety of different things. I jump from book to book. As you can tell, that mostly they're fiction, but they're different types of fiction. I have romance, I have YA, I have a contemporary, then I have this strange book about sex, but I read very different genres, and occasionally I put nonfiction in there, but yeah, I read a lot of different things, so I want to keep track of what I actually read. Then I made another page. This is a tracker that I figured maybe I might put in here. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to use this format, where every day you check off you're reading the book, how many pages you're reading. It's really to focus on one book. But I haven't decided if I'm going to use that format, so that's why I did it in a Post-it note. Then the next page that I put in here was book spending of 2018. These are since May. So Amazon keeps track of all my buying when I buy from Amazon. So these are all the books that I bought from Amazon, and I started tracking if I read the book or if I started the book, and I want to start reading these because I just purchased them and they're all 2018 releases. So I want to start reading these and check them off. So that's that. And then I added a BookTuber Rex page, but I didn't write anything in it. And I added a September reading, as I just showed you. That's my currently reading from all the way since 2018, or that I'm currently reading. And then I did the chart, and I think that's the only thing I added. Oh, I have one more page. I added one more page. I added this. The Man Booker shortlist. These are the books that I want to read one day. They are on the shortlist of 2018. I wrote the 6 books down. I wrote down how much it would cost if I had to buy it over here. And I wrote down if I requested it from the library. I did request 2, so I'm on a wait list for 2 of them. I do own one of the books already that I like to read, so I put a B there. Oh, so there is one book that I can't get from the library and I can't get from Book Depository. It's called Everything Under Daisy, so there's nothing written there. I guess eventually when it's released in the U.S., I will be able to get it, but right now the library doesn't have it. And I think that's it. So that's all I added to my book journal. Anyway, thank you for watching. I have to run to work. My alarm just went off, and I will see you in another video. Bye.